Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff, and as always also published on Rumble, but before, again, yesterday I was quite busy, didn't manage to get through to get even to make a news video, but yeah, today I as you can see, I managed to do that. Regarding gaming series, it's being a little bit tricky to get around getting some time to get about it. Hopefully in this upcoming weekend I will manage to do something to start. I really need to try to figure out a way, but it's I've been mentioning some emergencies on work, and then it's something that they need in the next hour or something like that, or for the day afterwards. It's a little bit hectic. Again, we are also entering in Christmas time and all that jazz, so it's going to be a little bit tricky, but I will try to do my best here. But yeah, everything on Rumble is going according to plan. I managed to re-upload everything from Fightbusters. Today I will find a way to get around and re-upload XCOM 2 until it catches up with the YouTube programming here. Yeah, the next episode should be XCOM 2. Again, I will try to do something. I cannot promise anything. I don't want to create a false expectation here. But yeah, not much happening in terms of news, at least that I caught up with. The main thing is E3 is officially over. As per the Entertainment Software Association, that's the company that does the thing there. It's been running up for 28 years. I think that they started in 1995, where basically in that E3 was announced the PS1, which is way back when. 28 years is a lot of years. But yeah, they seem to try to do for this year, trying to do like a partnership with I think it was from, I'm not sure if it was Gamescom or something like that. And PAX East, I think it was the guys from PAX East or the PAX conferences stuff. But yeah, it's not being good. There is this tweet here regarding attendance, and this is from the last year that major trade shows and everything happened. As you can see, E3 was very low on attendance. You got Gamescom in Germany, I think, almost 40,000k, 400k. We got even Brazil game show, god damn it, sorry, around 300k, which is huge. We got Taipei, Paris, Tokyo. We got all of this all around. Even Changzhou. I think this will grow up to, if they will start opening up more. And I think, for example, a lot of there are going to be even more China gaming exhibitions and some trade shows for sure. It will grow up in the next few years. But yeah, E3 very low attendance, below 100k. Again, the beginnings were more about industry insider kind of a thing here, to make their presentations, trying to do some marketing here and there, try to connect between circles. And of course, throughout the years, it opened a little bit more and more and more. And the fact that it was very closed, it didn't have a lot of attendance. Only in the last few years, they opened up a little bit more, because then even if you were like independent creator or something like that wanted to cover that, it was a little bit difficult, but it got easier, because then I think the last two or at least three, I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, latest gaming exhibitions there on E3, they open up to the public thing. So it gathered a little bit more attention, but the fact that the DNA of itself, it was a little bit very much for industry insiders kind of a thing. Yeah, it kind of killed a little bit, and of course the pandemic, just not only E3 but all of this kind of other trade shows and gaming exhibitions, it really stifled the numbers. And of course the advent of the internet and the fact that because it was very insider, so a lot of companies that want to publicize their games or something like that, with the internet arising, they can do basically control themselves the message, because I remember E3, there are always some leaks here and there, and the message sometimes wasn't controlled like they wanted to, which is understandable in terms of marketing. And now with their own showcases, for example, the Xbox showcase, PlayStation showcase, even, for example, let's say Ubisoft, EA's, and all that jazz, they can make, even Capcom as its own, even Nintendo, they can control the message that they want to bring to the consumer way better than before, if they, instead of going to a physical location, which has their own expenses by itself. And I suppose they didn't justify the fact that they had to spend money to go there, and the revenue that might come from those shows, at least from E3, was not worth it. They cancel, like in the last 2 years, they cancel a lot, the big three, PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox. But yeah, a lot of huge announcements throughout the years. Yeah, it's been a good ride, but at the moment it's officially over. Again, from what I understand, they're not put aside the fact that if there is opportunity and conditions in the future to, I don't know, rise from the ashes, kind of a thing there, to make an E3. But yeah, the way there was kind of a setup and the DNA of E3 by itself, it was a little bit was not inductive in open to the public, and it's more about business stuff there. And there's been some rumblings regarding CS. It might be over because it's very business, turn to the business, even though now we have a lot of I like to follow up on CES to get a glimpse of future technology and hardware that might be coming in that year when it happens, or in next 2 to 3 years, so we get an idea. It's more open, at least in terms of covering, so I think it might still up for a few years, because I don't think in terms of hardware, seeing showcases like from manufacturers, I don't think they have like the best skills to do that in terms of marketing, because they are not used to do that marketing in getting into the weeds. And the fact that in terms of hardware, you have somebody looking at that hardware and make the judgments in situ from independent creators, I think it's more difficult for them to pull out of this kind of CS kind of a thing. While in gaming, you just show some trailer, you show some video footage, and people basically have the idea because they are watching on the screen. The games are played on the screen. It's more easy to transmit this idea than, for example, hardware. You just look at an image. You don't have a person, at least, to judge by the aspect of it. The fact that people can touch something that it's physical, even if you see in video, it's completely different, I think. But yeah. Hopefully in the near future, the more the merrier. There are more opportunities, at least, for people to go and get around gaming, which is if basically it's my hobby at this moment, covering news and playing some games here and there and trying to have good experience with it. But yeah, at this moment in time, it's officially over. We'll see how it goes with other stuff, but I think the others will survive good, because this game show stuff here is really about getting the fans there and interact with everybody. It's like more an expo than the E3 was, to a certain extent. It's more open to the public. But yeah, the other stuff here is Epic Games Store. Supposedly they Sweeney says the Epic Games Store is the Untold success story with 80 million active users per month, or monthly active users. This is they just put it 80 million. Why don't they say 80 million active users per month, something like that. So this is monthly active user, but whatever. This is after the victory behind of the Google trial. I have to check this better. I don't know when this happened. I'm with this kind of a like trial lawsuits and everything. I don't follow up too much. I'm not literate in terms of law and things. But yeah, I think it was about integration on Android and Apple platforms there, especially on their stores. I think it was about mainly more about that. And of course, they did an interview afterwards. Again, I don't think this is the best way to go about it, because the fact that you have 80 million active users per month or monthly, and the fact that Steam at this moment has 120 millions, they are saying they are catching up. But yeah, regarding the integration, basically Sweeney said the Epic Games Store isn't a game store. Its store is operated by Epic Games. Again, they have non-games there already, like the Epic, Unreal Engine kind of a thing there, and all the tools associated with it. They are planning to integrate more. They have the Brave web browser. That's news from me. And again, software creation tools, including Unreal Engine, more coming. We'll see how it goes. For sure, they have to turn into mobile stuff there, as kind of gathering more things there to be integrated on the Android store. Because what else are you trying to do? Android usually is for cell phones, so and I assume mobile gaming is one of their plans. But yeah, the fact that they have 80 million monthly active users doesn't mean a lot. I'm assuming at this moment at least I don't know, half of them might play consistently and do purchases, because it's not profitable yet by itself. Even though they have very good deals for the developers to publish there, or the publishers of games to publish there, with a 12 revenue kind of a thing there, instead of the 30 for Steam. But Steam at this moment still, it's way better. The integration with the client and the stuff that you can do there. And for me, the big thing is the mod support. The Steam, if they has the workshop, and if the game supports mods, it's got like a similar thing to Nexus Mod. You just select the mods that you want to install, and Steam does automatically without you touching anything. Yeah, and the marketplace there also, it's completely different. Even though I really want that Epic Games Store just keeps up and improve the platform itself. Again, I claim a lot of free games, and I'm playing at the moment Prey, which is a claimed free game from Epic Games Store. I intend in the future, if even with exclusives, I might have to make a purchase here and there. Probably with Alan Wake 2. I'm not sure if it is a time exclusive or not, but yeah, I will have to go around that and make some purchases for the platform. I don't have any issues with that, because the better the platform gets, the more competition it brings to Steam regarding platform competitiveness, being competitive with that platform in terms of Steam, which is good, because basically in everything I don't like monopolies in terms of markets, because it removes the fact that companies can be competitive, and to a certain degree the end user will always benefit the more competitive, sorry, I don't know how to say the word, by the fact that companies can be more competitive with each other, and usually the long term is trends are better products with cheaper prices for the final consumer, and I think it's a good thing that at least Epic Games Store. Another one might be good enough, because I don't think EA, Ubisoft, because they are so exclusive for their own games, it doesn't aggregate from other platforms. So I don't think they will grow up ever and because they are solo companies, EA will never join with Ubisoft because Ubisoft will never join with EA, and they will go for like this. While an Epic Game Store is something that can aggregate games from other companies, the same thing as Steam. I don't know, maybe, but I don't see in the near future something like a new Epic Game Store kind of a thing there happening. Mainly because you need a lot of money to start up with something decent here. But yeah, it's good that they are catching up to a certain degree. In terms at least with monthly active users, at least gives them a number to I don't know, for marketing purposes, and maybe people will start spending a little bit more here and there. But yeah, they have to improve a little bit on the platform to be a little bit more equivalent to Steam in some functions. But yeah, and at the moment they have some deals here for the Christmas season there. But yeah, and continuing with that, in terms of gaming deals, they have a lot of sales now at the moment. Even Hogwarts Legacy and all that stuff there, even Control. Now it's a good time to buy Alan Wake, the remastered version. I'm sorry, this is always in pricing on local currency, which is dirhams in the Emirates. This is about 10. It's about $5 if that's so. But yeah, the free game is Destiny 2 Legacy Collection. It's not for me. I don't like first-person multiplayer shooters. The game is not for me. But yeah, it's now available to claim until the 20th of December. And the next game will be unlocked in 6 days or so. I think that they are going to try to bring a little big hitters there. I think this game has like 3 DLCs included. I'm not sure, but I think the package overall it's worth around $60 or so. So it is what it is. If you always wanted to try out Destiny, this is your opportunity here. Again, I will leave links in the description below. On Steam, we got Invincible, 20% off until the 20th. We got again Dredge is still on promo, 25% off. We got Planet of Lana, 30% off till the 21st. We got The Long Dark. Again, this it's one of those cases that was a success, the early access kind of a thing there. There was at least 1 or 2 years in early access. They tried to improve, and they improved a lot. And finally, I don't remember which year this is the time that entered in early access, not mistaken. But yeah, they launched the full game here. Got a full package of and a lot of stuff that they in terms of DLC and game modes. It's more about survival and crafting, but it seems really interesting. It's very aesthetic, very unique on aesthetics, and it's got since it launched very positive reviews. It's one of those that I like to try out because I watched the early access when they launched, and it's a success case regarding early access games that launched by independent creators, which is always good. We got also System Shock Remake, very good, overwhelmingly positive. I really want to try out one of these days because I never played the original one, but it's one of all those games that you always hear from time to time. But yeah, you got the demo if you want to try out, but it's 35% off. It's not that expensive here, and it's basically in terms of I don't know, almost like pixel remaster. The gameplay is there, the same kind of gameplay. It's just you got enhanced graphics, but in the vibe of the original game, as you can see here. But yeah, it's a very good remake from the reviews that I saw. And you got Aliens Dark Descent. You got now 38% off. I think they resolved like the few bugs here and there that appear here, but again, this is not turn-based. This is real-time strategy kind of thing here, so the flow is a little bit different, but you got a lot of the XCOM-y kind of gameplay mechanics there in terms of management and all that stuff. The only thing that it changes is the combat itself. But yeah, it's one of those, and the story seems to be interesting. Not one of those just stories that you forget that quick, but yeah, it's got some twists and turns there from what I understood. I don't know the story itself, but from the reviews, seems pretty decent game. And lastly, we got Atomic Heart. I'm pretty tempted of trying to get around with this deal, but again, I got so many games to go through that it's not worth it, because I will buy it and then I will not play it for a few months. So I will wait until probably a better deal comes up. I don't know, but yeah. The one that from what I've been seeing, it's the gold edition is the best option usually, because where is it here? Because the gold edition brings the DLCs. The only thing that premium edition adds, it's 2 skins here and the digital art book. Again, if you take value out of this, golden skins for me usually it's not for me. But yeah, you got these skins for the, I don't know, the hammer saw thing here, and the AK skin and the digital art book. It's the only thing. If you take $5 of value out of it, give or take, it's an option. But the gold edition seems to be the best one, because it got the 4 DLCs, and I think at least 2 of them are out. I'm not sure. At least Annihilation Instinct is out, and it doesn't seem, yeah, at least 1 is out, and there is more coming up. They're being on track. They didn't miss the schedule from what I understand. I didn't see any kind of drama regarding the game, but yeah, the game seems pretty good regarding as a first-person shooter, and of course very Bioshocky feels regarding the themes here. But yeah, it's what I got for today here, guys. Hopefully tomorrow we got some better news and more news to cover, and I will wrap up here with my plug on my Patreon for extra support. Again, the support at the moment is more for storage, for me to be able to get even more backups of the stuff that I do for my private clients, and of course some extra storage for the videos that I do for the channel here. And with all that said, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.